Hi everyone, welcome to Mindfulness this Thursday. Today we're going to focus on balancing poses. Balancing poses help us improve our focus, and they also help me stay in the present moment, like right here, right now. Because when you're standing on one leg, if your mind wanders, your eyes wander, you're going to fall out of the pose. And please remember that as you're practicing this pose, if you do fall, then you're gonna just smile and come right back to what you're working on. So to just get us started, I suggest maybe tossing the arms a little side to side, make sure you have room around you. And then I'm kind of close to the wall here because just in case I want to be able to catch myself so I don't come crashing down to the ground. The first balance is called the mountain pose, and you're probably going to think like, hey, that's not a balance because it's standing. But it's standing in a very specific kind of way that we're going to use when we move into the other balancing poses. In mountain pose, you're standing with your feet parallel. So your feet look like the number 11 on the ground. Your knees are a little bit bent. So one way to do this is to super straighten your legs, but then relax your knees a little bit. Make sure the tips of your toes are lined up too. And then here you're going to get that long spine, lifting your heart up, relax your shoulders back and down. So you're using your muscles a little bit here. If you're too tense, your mountain is not going to be super stable. You want to find somewhere right in the middle between being relaxed and being super strong. Some people also like to take their palms of their hands and flip them so they face out. It helps to open the shoulders and chest a little bit. So we're just going to take a few centering breaths here. Find a focal point. That's one spot that's not moving, and try to keep your eyes there. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel your mountain feet pressing into the ground. Feel the top of your mountain growing up towards the sky. And we're going to take the same feeling of strength and stability into a tree pose. When I move to tree pose, most of the time, I like to have my hands on my hips because it helps me stabilize. You're going to move your weight into one foot and then pick your other foot up. You can place a lifted foot on your ankle or your calf. One thing you should not do is put your foot on your knee. That's not safe. So if you want to go higher than your calf, then you can reach your foot and bring it over the knee to your thigh. Once you get your foot where you feel right for today, come back to your focal point if you lost it. And keep pressing your roots down into the ground through that standing foot. And maybe you can start to grow your arms up like branches. So if I had a partner, I might touch palm to palm with my partner here. Notice your breath and imagine your breath is like the wind. Maybe your tree's like blowing in the wind, swaying with your breath a little bit. Maybe not. And remember, if you fall, smile, come right back to it. 2 more breaths on this side. Take one more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, come back to mountain pose, coming back to the middle. Knees have a gentle bend, even out the weight between your feet. And you might even want to take that standing foot and just roll the ankle around one way, the other way, kick the leg out. And then we're going to try tree pose on the other side. So hands on your hips. Find your focal point, shift your weight to the other side now. Pick up the foot and see if you can do the same variation. So if you were ankle on one side, do it on the other side. Calf, Remember, skip your knee altogether, that's not safe. Come up to the inner thigh if you want to. Finding a slow, steady breath, maybe growing your branches. Feeling your roots growing deep into the earth. At the same time, your branches and the crown of your head is reaching up towards the sky. Letting your tree sway, moving a little bit with your breath. Take one more deep breath in. And then exhale, come to a mountain pose. Shake out that standing leg. Roll the ankle one way, roll it the other way. And then the next balancing pose is called palm tree pose. I'm gonna turn sideways because this pose you actually start in a little squat because you're gonna start as a coconut seed and you're gonna grow into a palm tree. So in this pose, you're squatting with the tips of your toes, your big toes together, your knees together, and your heels should be up off the ground. You're gonna push your hands together for stability. So you can take the palms together or you can do one fist into one hand, whatever feels right for you. Now squeeze your legs together, squeeze your palms together. Feel your core, your middle get strong, and you're gonna start to rise up, growing all the way up onto the tips of your toes. Keep squeezing your knees together, squeeze your legs together. And then maybe you can let your elbows bend and make a little palm leaf. Keep squeezing the ankles together. This is definitely a challenging pose. Keep breathing. I fell out, so I'm gonna smile, come right back to it. Palm trees are pretty special. A friend of mine was talking about how after a storm, palm trees are still standing, and that actually getting blown around by the wind makes them stronger. All right, we're gonna finish this pose by reversing time and coming back to the seed pose. So take a deep breath in, straighten your arms, and then exhale, squeeze the legs together, squeeze the hands together, come all the way down to your seed. And then if you remember from yesterday, we did child's pose. I mentioned that it's also sometimes called a seed pose. Let's try one today. And remember, like yesterday, if your head didn't touch the ground, you could stack your fists, support your head, or grab a pillow and support your head. We'll just take a few breaths. And as you exhale, relaxing and sinking into the ground like a real seed. Two more breaths here. And when you're ready, you're gonna make your way up to sit, and we'll finish up today with a centering breath. And just checking in with our feelings. So, as you know, I like to sit crisscross on the floor. Maybe you wanna sit on a chair or lean against the wall. Wherever you are, just make sure you're lifting your heart. Your spine is nice and long. Bringing one hand over your heart, the other hand on top. Maybe you can feel your heart beating. Maybe you just turn your attention and your imagination in towards the center of your chest and notice how you're feeling. Whatever feeling you notice, take a deep breath in and then blow it away. who you are is not the feeling. Who you are is the noticer of the feeling. And noticing what's in your heart today. Maybe it's a color. Maybe it's somebody. Maybe it's some words that you heard or read. You can close your eyes or look at one spot that's on the ground. And whatever you notice in your heart, the next time you breathe in, absorb it into your whole body. And as you breathe out, send it out into the world. Thank you so much for taking a mindful moment with me today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.